Is buying a Walmart tent even worth your time? Let's talk about it. This tent isn't huge. It's a one-person backpacking tent made by Walmart with their brand Ozark Trail. It's a single-walled tent. It's just a built-in rainfly. You can set it up in a little less than 5 minutes, which is great, and it's really light, coming in at only 3.6 pounds. I think this is awesome for a backpacking tent. For one person, you really don't need to carry a lot of weight, and for most of the backpacking that you're going to be doing, just a tent like this is going to be just fine. It's enough for light rain, a little bit of wind, but not much else. Heavy snow, wouldn't recommend it. Now, one of the drawbacks to a single-walled tent like this is the condensation. There's not a whole lot of ventilation in here, so when you're in here all night, all the moisture that you breathe out, or maybe your gear's a little wet and it evaporates, builds up on the walls of this tent. And so in the morning, it does get pretty wet. Here we can look at the tub of the tent. That's this black material that comes up a couple inches around. Now, in a lot of tents, the bottom material is usually a thicker, more sturdy material that's often more waterproof than the rest of the tent, because a lot of the moisture in the ground will soak up directly through the tent and get you wet throughout the night. In this Walmart tent, the material on the floor and the sides are the same thing. The floor of the tent isn't a whole lot more water resistant or durable than anything else. That's why you can see here I've added a piece of Tyvek. Now, any piece of big durable plastic or tarp would do, but Tyvek is super durable, water resistant, and very light. And I already had some lying around. This tent has some mesh for bug protection on hot days when you want to just leave it open and chill out in your tent for a while. It's also got this section that you can zip close and stake down. Now, that's good because it extends the footprint of your tent. You can store your gear here where it's kind of still dirty and wet and outside while you're still protected on the inside of the tent. Having said that, the floor of this tent doesn't really connect to the ground, and you can get a draft here and directly in to your main sleeping area. Now, that's not great, but it's also not terrible either. All right, let's recap. This is a cheap tent. I got this used for $10. Currently, Walmart has a version of this selling for about $20, and it's a dual wall tent. The current version is a little heavier, weighing in about 4.5 pounds versus 3.5 pounds. That's still really light and totally fine for an intro backpacking tent. This isn't the warmest thing, it's not the most weatherproof thing, but it'll do the trick. All things considered, I think that a Walmart tent is a great intro tent for people just getting into backpacking or just getting into camping. It won't break the bank, but it will give you a lot of experience and ways to go out and have fun.